The Losi DBXLE 2.0 is about to get some Vitavon goodness. This is a brand new rear bulkhead. Hopefully this will take care of some issues. Take a look. Before I actually start talking about that, it comes with a nice big beefy bearing and a set of shims so you can set this thing up correctly. Look at this, guys. One solid piece. Now the factory has like two verticals and then a cheap, or I say a cheap plastic, a plastic piece that goes right in the middle. My thoughts are that plastic piece flexes, and that's the reason for some of the skipping gears that you hear every now and then of these things. This is phenomenal. This is more like a modern 1/8 scale style thing right here, just beefed up, because you can get to the diff right here nice and easy. This is a huge bonus over the stock piece. This piece here replaces so much of that right there. So yeah, I've got a lot to take out. You will be using a 2.5 millimeter hex wrench, a 3 millimeter hex wrench, and a 4 millimeter hex wrench, and a 10 millimeter wrench or nut driver. Also 8 millimeter as well. So definitely got some work to do. And here we are. I've got a whole bunch of stuff off. Now I just get to keep on digging. And you can get this whole box out right there. I was unaware of that. This is actually the first time I've torn into this. So, but anyway, I get to keep on digging. This last bolt was kind of a pain in the butt, but I was lucky enough to get it out. I found that happened to be perfect size. And this thing should be ready to come up and out. There we go. Well, I guess I could have waited to pull those top links loose while I got it this far, right? But anyway, at this point, we're going to go ahead and remove the shock tower, go ahead and get the arms and all loose, and we got to take the drive shaft loose by removing this little spring clip right here. Okay, that little clip right there, I just simply rolled it with a flathead back over to there. This is another dog bone. It's not a CVD, so I don't really, I don't know why we've got to have these on the dog bones. I mean, everything else is wide open, so. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and continue taking things apart. And we're gonna remove this by just pushing that pin out that the lock ring was holding in place. And there we go. With everything off the rear bulkhead, how about this? There we go, but rather than being like 4 pieces here, you know, maybe 5 or 6, you got just 2 pieces and 70/75 aluminum. That's awesome. And this is what actually houses the diff. So I'm going to go ahead and take these bolts out right here, and then we'll get a good look at what's inside of this thing. Probably some gears. And yes, I'm going to brush that off first. Got everything loose. Let's go ahead and peel this apart here. Let's see what we got. All right. Pinion looks good. Holy moly. That is some serious beef right there. I see a little bit shiny on the outside. Huh. Maybe it was skipping. I'm not sure, but it wasn't doing it very much. It was just crazy shock loads is when it would skip. But while I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and open this up and just see how much fluid is in this thing right here. Well guys, it looks really awesome in there. I mean, it does have enough oil to lubricate everything. Is it slam full? No, but it certainly has enough, and this is the first time it has ever been opened. Gears look good, so that's a good sign right there. Maybe it was just flex and it was allowing that pinion gear to skip a little bit every now and then. Well, if there's any flex in that case, That's taking care of it. Well guys, we opened this up. Everything looked good inside. I've got everything tightened back down. I added some 200,000 weight oil. It still moves pretty darn good. So yeah, this thing is ready to go and it looks awesome. Now it's time to put all this into this and get this set up. Remember that big bearing I showed you guys at the start? There it is. This is what they had at both sides. So yeah, no more broken bearings here. Not that I ever broke one, but I saw where a lot of guys have. When you assemble this, make sure the ring gear is on this side over here. And we're going to go ahead and add a bunch of grease. Now, just in case or somehow that actual sand or contamination gets in here, the grease that I'm going to put on here will fling off into the inside of the case. And that grease can actually stick that debris. So it'll kind of help keep it out of the gears. But anyway, we're going to grease this up and start the reassembly. Well guys, this thing is coming together really nice. I'm not doing any time lapse on assembly because it's just really simple and it's a much better design. No more multiple pieces just to put things together, but as you guys can see, it's all going together beautifully. Now as far as the shims go, I just reused the stock shims behind the pinion gear and I got a perfectly smooth mesh. So yeah, really nice. Now, time to put these on and then get this back into the vehicle. Okay, so this piece fits in really nice. Tucks right up underneath there, and this will go right here. But up next is actually getting this into the chassis. Before I actually put it in, I put it together. That looks awesome. And yes, I did remove the boots there because they're just dog bones. But for some reason I left them there. Not sure why, but it is what it is. And it's now finally ready to really go back in that chassis. This is just a much cleaner setup. I mean really, just a much cleaner setup. And look at this. You can get to that diff nice and easy. Take your diff out, service it, do whatever you got to do. You don't have to mess with a pinion gear or any of that stuff. Ah, man. This is the way it should be. Now guys, the Exoplex isn't really big enough yet for a vehicle this size. But I do have a little bit of open area. Things are a little bit wet, so hopefully it doesn't get too nasty. Time to give that test drive a run. I've tried to re-secure the interior because it was all loose. And, well, let's see here. All right. This is a big beast. A few jumps around here, maybe give it a few rips. Let's go ahead and give this thing a full throttle pull just to see what we've got here. Back up a little bit. These non-censored systems are kind of wild. Yeah, you feel that? See that? When it hits, it hits. What a monster beast. Woo. If you guys have never actually seen one of these things in person or been around one running, these things are, they're a little bit on the dangerous side. We're gonna go ahead and hit this jump and see if I can get some nice smooth landings. What we got here? I felt the ground shake. It's about 40 pounds coming down. Wow. It's just such a big beast. There isn't enough room for me to try to slap wheelie out into the woods because it'll just get horrible. This is up next. My goal is to land on the down, nice and smooth. That did not work out well. I actually landed all the way out here, right into the, nice and soft actually. That was probably a really good thing. Oh no, I'm over.
This time I want to take it a little bit more gentle. Try to bring it down where I want it.
Close.
Close. All right, we're just gonna mess around, get a few more jumps in. This was more about the install than the drive, but oh, wow, that was insane. Floatering. Oh, I found a big stick. Awesome.
Well guys, so what do you think? That rear bulkhead is awesome. It should have been like that from the factory, even if it was plastic. You know, but that design, that's the way it should have been. And as of the point of this video release, he's working on the front. So you can bet I'm going to be getting that, putting that in there. Absolutely. I'm going to be nice here. I really want that front one now. Just far superior design. I like the bigger bearing on the pinion gear. I've read in the DBXLE groups, people are blowing that pinion bearing out. Shouldn't be messing that bearing up now, should we? Hey, everything ran good. I did notice, and I noticed in the last video, there were a few spots when I was messing around with it where the motor just kind of had that, it wasn't taking off like it was supposed to. Now, the ESC in this is about the size of a Max 6, which in my opinion is a little bit undersized, but it's been running it pretty well. I may have to bump this up a little bit. Now, not sure what I'm going to put in it, but I think I'm definitely going to have to upgrade at least the ESC, at least to a Max 5, or maybe a nice big old Castle system. Not sure, but if I do put the Castle system in it, it will be the 800. The 1100 is, even in the Creighton and the X-Max, it pulls a lot of amps. So in this heavy monster, I just can't see it being the right solution or the right combination for this. But anyway, guys, hopefully you liked the video. In that description, we'll put a link to this bulkhead on eBay. And it's a possibility somebody talking to you right now may have one in stock. But anyway, in that description, there are links: AMain, eBay, Amazon, and Horizon. Use those links to support the channel. And guys, thank you all for watching.
Guys, if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell. So, in the description, there's a link to become a channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's a very simple $2, $5, $10, or if you really got some money, $25 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel. So, get that, and I am doing monthly giveaways for members only, so you might want to consider it. So, guys, use those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching.